How would I do? Welcome back. How are you all doing? If you're watching on TikTok, pop my money guns. We're here to have an intellectual conversation. That's what this is all about. Kamaruddin, waiting to your network. How are you doing? So, okay, quite a few conversations popped up, and I wanted to address some of the things. A lot of people are saying about Tubaba and his new wife that it was too early to remarry. I want us to address that. I want us to talk about that. And I'm going to share my personal experience, and then I'll open it up to you so you guys can so you guys can put your mouth, because there's a narrative out there saying that Ofo 629 Washofu, that Ofo that is in front of your name is what you will do. Washe Ofo. What is your business if we are not sleeping? Are you sleeping? Did you type this inside your nightmare? Did you type this inside your nightmare? How do you know that we are not sleeping? Are you not awake? At least we are not sleeping, we are gisting. It's not security work that you are awake doing. When you don't have sense in this life, you know the day before person go quick no. So I want us to talk, and then because a lot of people are saying he should not have remarried, he should not have remarried, he should not have remarried, blah 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 blah. Somebody just sent something to me. The pain of watching those who don't pray succeed. Sometimes it's difficult to understand. There's nothing difficult to understand. There's no corroboration between success and prayer. The best example in the world is Warren Buffett. He's 95 years old. He has been on the richest list for 45 years. He's happily married. His health is good. Two. But that's the story for another day. Then the narrative of you must pray before you succeed is, some people say, you have to walk and pray. You have to walk. You don't have to pray. There's no prayer in the success equation. Prayer is in the spiritual equation. Prayer gives you peace of mind. Prayer opens the door through which God can talk to you. But because you pray too much, you don't hear God talking. All you do is blah blah all day, pa 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 pa. And you are misled by pastors who are mostly content creators like us. So I want us to come back to today. Someone just sent me that, and that's by the way. I want us to talk about that rebound relationship thing, because quite a few people were of the opinion that Tubaba and Natasha should not have married immediately. And I totally disagree with that. And I'll explain to you why. You see, maybe because my IQ is very high, maybe because I'm an accurate predictor of the future. The only thing I can't predict in this life is the trend where money is going. But I can tell you, I can literally tell you the future, the way it's going to play out. I'll tell you what's going to happen in there. The only gift I don't have is I cannot tell you put your money here, and it will work. That one I no get. But accurate prediction of where the future is going, I can tell it to you. And what my ex did to me, you understand? What my ex did to me, I saw it coming. I knew she was going to go down that road. I knew I was not going to see my kids again. I knew all those, if he pays school fees, he will see the children. I knew all that was just narrative. I knew. I knew it was going to be a battle that I wasn't ready to fight. And I moved my life. What motivated me was Job. Have you ever read the story of Job before? Job's kids actually died. And the Bible, which by the way is the Christian book, this is what the Bible says. Please go with me to the book of Job. Job chapter 42, verse 10. It says, when Job prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortune. In fact, the Lord gave him twice as much as before. Then all his brothers, sisters, and former friends came and feasted with him in his home. And they consoled him and comforted him because of all the trials the Lord had brought against him. And each of them brought a gift of money and a gold ring. So the Lord blessed Job in the second half of his life, even more than in the beginning. For now he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 teams of oxen, 1,000 female donkeys. He also gave Job 7 more sons and 3 more daughters. He named the first son blah 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 blah. And in the land no woman was as lovely as the daughters of Job, and their father put them into his will along with their brothers. Job lived 140 years after that, living to see 4 generations of his children and grandchildren. Then he died an old man who had lived a long, full life. I sat down and I thought about it. I'm like, at least my own picking not buy. I no see them again. Tony Akali, this man know they sleep. Your papa they sleep where they do the security work where they do. Your mama will stand for road, they do show she sleep. Olori Buruku. If you talk again, I go give you word way you know go like. We're having a serious conversation. If you can't, as in, were you so poorly raised by these useless parents of yours? These two nitwits that came together and mated like cattle to conceive you. Did they not raise you? At least cow they raise in Peking. Tiete Dubai. Rakumi they raise in Peking. How are you this useless? This man does not sleep. Did you even sit down and spend 1 minute listening to the conversation? Maybe somewhere in the otherwise vacuous space in between your two ears that is normally occupied by a human brain. Maybe you would have been able to string together a thought. Can I please continue? You don't have to be here. Nobody asked your father to come here. As in, this is not rude. This is just bad upbringing. If this were a physical life, I will tear you slap. And nothing what your papa or your mama will do. If they talk, I go arrest them, slap them, arrest them. Because they're too mumu and they raise mumu. How do you come and you cannot shut up? Must you type with your leprosy fingers that should have fallen away as normal lepers lose their fingers? I don't know what you are doing with yours. That's the only language they understand. Once you talk to them, then they will be gentle. If your parents would you see me go to another person's life and type nonsense? If I go to somebody else's life, I will think 5 times before I type one thing. Can I please continue? I read the story of Job. Even though I find it very strong, because Job lost 10 children and God gave him another 10 that were quote and unquote better. I don't believe any child can be replaced, and I don't look at my children as they are replaceable, except in the interim when situation does not permit continuing to drag. And I thought about it. I said, if Job, who lost his children, lost all of them, could recover, be they no just let me see the children, no be say anything to the children. Their mama no fit chop them. I know that their mother is not a bad mother and will not buy them. I know they'll be okay. Somebody say Two-Face no get friends. Why? Your papa get friends. Your papa no even get children. You're saying Two-Face no get friends. Your papa no get children. Your father is childless. If they do DNA, you go see say now your mama get man, I give them belle, take born you. Rakumi. What is that you are trying to say? Two-Face doesn't have friends. So I'm doing my live and somebody requests to come live because they are talking about him. I should now not open it for him, and he comes live and does not know how to contain himself. I should now be the one baby. Am I his babysitter? If I did not bring him to the live now, the same you will go around with your empty head saying that they were talking bad about your friend. You could not do anything about it. Two-Face was begging to come live. You did not allow him. I swear I never used to believe in ritual until now. Like 30% of you when they watch me, they're supposed to carry them go do ritual. When they carry the money, go give orphanage. They are useless. They can finish show owó nìkan gbówó yẹn lọ sí àwọn aláìní. I don't know how you people think. Damn you do, damn you don't. Please, oh. Got a lot of dumb messages. You let them disgrace our legend. I hope open mic for you. A simple thing, come and sit down, and they could have said everything clearly. What this guy is saying is not true. This is what actually happened. What happened to that? What happened to that? Or, don't worry, guys, we're going to settle this in court. How am I to blame? One person can't tell a story, say he believes somebody's life is in danger. The person we suppose we in life they in danger come. You na say as e be, and I'm the one to blame. Make una dey calm down. No, I know the answer. But you see, you can type anything you like on the blogs. Now you get your hand. But once it gets to my own side, what I will tell your parents. The one we don't buy go turn inside grave. The one we never buy go join the one we don't buy. Guys, please let your comments be sensible for your own good, not for my own. For your own good. Just let your comments be wise. So, like I was saying, I remember when my own situation happened and I figured out where my ex was going to go. I figured out the cards she was going to play. And how do you win a chess game? By knowing your opponent's next move. You understand? And I knew the next move. And I made sure I plugged in. And one of the best things I did for me was I moved on within months. Now, why did I move on so quickly? Because one, I was in my 30s, late 30s, and I knew that at any point I was going to enter 40. I wanted to have another family, and I didn't want to start having a family in old age. So I moved on. I carried a lot of trauma with me from my broken marriage. But my consolation was I don't want to be alone in old age. Of course, there are some situations that you have a wife and you guys love each other and something happens and one person dies. You understand? Or one person gets sick or one person loses their mind and then that togetherness that you always dreamt of is lost. But I don't want to use my own hand and set myself up for loneliness. If the loneliness will come as an act of God, let it not be my own doing. I've seen too many old and lonely people. The worst thing you can do in this life is have a lonely parent. Your marriage is not going to enjoy because your parents will be there. But when they have each other, I saw my neighbor's parents. They were always together. My neighbor who we went to his funeral on Friday, his parents were always together. And he and his wife are always together. Loneliness is not a good thing. And I didn't want to be lonely. I was already lonely. My ex had gone and taken the kids. I wasn't going to see the kids. And I didn't want to be lonely. So I knew where the whole story was going. I did not want to be a wreck. If I'm coming to cry about my kids, I have other kids. Even if I'm coming today, I've not seen my kids, I have other kids. I've moved on. Of course, there will always be a little bit of trauma, and each year gets better. But you see, the problem in rebound relationships is You have to be careful what energy you carry forward. Let me tell you, one of the beautiful things about rebound relationships is when you go into a relationship with someone who has been in a relationship before, you try to work hard at it so it doesn't end. You know what you went through in your other relationship and you don't want it playing out. So you tend to be a little bit more strategic in your new relationship. I may be wrong. Let me open up the lines. Let us hear what other people have to say. What do you think about relationship rebounds? Them need high doses before them go well. Let me bring J-Lo. I actually don't want to be the one talking, but my problem with you people is when I no go one talk, I go off this life, go sleep. I'm already tired. But I just believe that this is an important conversation that needs to be had. J-Lo, over to you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my darling.
Good evening, Daddy Freeze.
Good evening, my darling. All right, let's hear you.
Yeah.
Hello, gorgeous.
Sorry, my children are here.
Okay.
So I think the whole situation with
No, we are narrowing it down to rebound relationships. Let's focus on that.
Okay. Okay, yeah. For rebounds, I'm listening to your story, and I think it makes sense when some people want to actually have that relationship again, right? Because they don't want to be lonely. It makes total sense. But when the person in question has not totally grasped the essence of, I think, living in happiness, because relationship generally, if you're going to meet the next person and that next person makes your life a living hell and you leave them, are you going to also rebound again to the next person? I don't know if you understand what I mean, right?
I get you.
So there's
Sorry, I
that.
want to answer this person. This life no balance. At 50, I still the gossip. This life no balance. My $60,000 watch is more expensive than the house you live in. I got it from gossip. Go and learn how to gossip. No be gossip your mama, they gossip for village. They pour am hot oil. Olori buruku. At 50, you still the gossip. What does CNN do? Is it not gossip? They don't call it news. Is it not gossip? I'm asking you, what CNN does to Donald Trump, is it not gossip? Oh, they call because they label it news and they try to make it look professional. MC science teacher, you are a malu, rakumi, oko shori bi ori ogongo, olori buruku. Oh, she danu jare. Yeah, gossip. My darling sister, please leave this Milo. Continue.
Okay, so yeah, in a case whereby the person hasn't totally healed, because I listened to your story and you said you already knew ahead of time what was going to happen, right? So you going into another relationship, you were not going to bleed on that person, you were ready to make things work. So if this person
Ready to make
question
things work.
hasn't thought,
Ready to make things work does not mean I had healed, and does not mean till today I've completely healed. I've not seen my kids in nearly 10 years. Nobody heals from that. You just wake up every day and you try your best to continue.
for sure,
Nobody heals. Some people's problem in life, like my current wife, does not have parent trauma. She came from a house where she loved her parents. I could barely stand my parents as a child. I could barely stand my the first thing that traumatized me in this life was my parents. That's where my first trauma came from. Forget marriage. It took me forever. When you get things where people they talk about their family, I know they feel them, I know they experience them. I had to start warming myself. Jello don't go. I had to start warming myself into it and forgiving my parents. So there is no human being, as this offering day like this, they carry one trauma. Some people had terrible sickness that they managed to heal from, that they never heal from completely. Some people they had stillbirth, some people had miscarriages, some people lost children. You would have one trauma or the other. So that notion that you be healed is a fallacy. Nobody ever heals. You just wake up, gather yourself together, and try to make your bed in such a way that it will be comfortable for you to lie on it. Just my thoughts. Continue what you're saying, my darling.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And it's one thing to actually accept the truth so that at least, I think, like you said, nobody really heals. You just live life and manage, and try as much as possible to do your best so that, you don't just bleed on the next person. You just have to make the effort for sure, right? So that rebound thing, I think before someone rebounds, maybe they have to just do that deep thinking. It's an inward work, self-reflection and all that. It's not an easy thing to do for sure, but it's a necessity so that the next person coming on or the next person that you're going on to, you don't have to I don't know. It's difficult, like you said, but generally life is messed up. A lot of things happen and it's beyond your control, but you just have to make the effort to carry on. Like you said, you had parents issues and all that. Me too, I have my own. When I think about my parents and growing up and stuff, I wish some things didn't happen, but now that I
See,
am a
one of the
parent.
reasons why I don't allow my children to go to church is my parents. The way my parents raised me with religion. You understand? The way my parents, my more religious parents were the more wicked ones. You understand? I saw, even from my wife's side, I saw religious trauma. You will not do well. They'll say it is because you did not pay your tithe. Something is not working. They say because you did not do one thing, because you are doing one thing. They'll go and bring one stupid spiritual interpretation. One day I just woke up and said, I don't want to hear it again. If you call me and give me anything spiritual, I will cut the phone on your head. Right now, if you come near me, even if that thing you are saying is making sense, as long as I will tell you it's nonsense, categorically. I don't allow my children to watch Africa Magic, and I don't allow my children to go to church. I don't want their brains, I don't want anybody to finger their brain because of what they use religion to do. And you don't understand. For a long time in my life, my IQ was measured as a 12-year-old. I had a 156 IQ. I can't believe the kind of stupid things I believed in the name of religion and fear. And oh, this is going to happen to you, this is going to happen to you, this is going to happen to you. You understand? They forced it down my throat and it traumatized me. You understand? And it still traumatizes me till today. You get me? I can't allow any. The day my mother said that she wants to carry my children to church, if you see the tantrum where give her, I throw her tantrum like small pikin. These children, I did not raise them with church. I did not raise them with.
Someone is asking if you believe in God.
Of course, I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion. And I don't believe in Nigerian version of Christianity. As far as I'm concerned, it is a scam.
I agree with you.
It is a
I
complete
live in
scam.
Canada. Daddy freeze. I've been to, because I attend Nigerian church here. I've also attended Oyibo church, right? And I try to compare because it's the same preaching we hear for sure, right? But theirs is it's more like they are preaching to you like you're a child. Do you understand? Like they want you to trust the process and just come into God naturally. Like nobody is forcing it down your throat. And I had a conversation one time with my child, my son, and he was telling me that while they were in children's section, like the children's church, he told somebody that, oh, I didn't feel like going to church today. Like one of the kids, he was like, I didn't feel like going to church today. One of the kids just looked at him and was like, you're not even ashamed to say that. So my son, and my son is always coming to me to tell me all those things, and I was like, so when she told you that, what did you tell her? He was like, no, I don't think I should be ashamed. Why should I be ashamed? And I told him, yes. Sometimes me too, I don't feel like going. And it doesn't mean that I don't pray. It doesn't mean that I don't believe in God. You understand? And even those days that you don't feel like going to church, you can as well decide to stay home and fellowship, or do whatever you have to do. It doesn't mean that because of you didn't go to church on Sunday, God will discard you.
If you
Because
don't
those
go
are the
to
things
church
that
from
make us.
today, let me tell you something. From today till the day that you buy, nothing is going to happen to you. Church is not a requirement for heaven. There is no Bible verse. I will tell you to show me one. They will say Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25. Do not rebuke the gathering of the brethren. Are your children not your brethren? Gather with them. The Bible does not say gather with the brethren in the church or in the temple. Anybody you consider your brethren, gather with your gate man. There's nowhere. That going to church is the biggest fallacy in this life, that you have to go there before you get saved. Is the biggest fallacy. And nobody will tie your blessings to it. Bill Gates does not go to church. They are the ones that are controlling the food that your children are eating. They are your God. I'm not making this up. They wake up tomorrow, they approve one thing, they go and lobby, use money. And tomorrow they will give that vaccine to your child. There's nothing you can do about it. You can pray from now till tomorrow. They go, all the prayer we pray, you not collect COVID vaccine.
I collect.
The people where they do that COVID vaccine, and them be your God. Whether you go buy or you know that if you don't collect that vaccine, you no go travel.
I didn't take the COVID vaccine.
That means you did not travel for the next 3-4 years. That
Even
period.
work, it was necessary to work. And you have to
let me tell you something. I go London, Simply Vic and Buki Shote. Now them carry us go that first convention. On my way back, I paid £70. I went to do the wrong COVID vaccine.
Test.
The wrong COVID test. Baba, I had to pay another £100. I paid £70. I did the wrong one. I had to pay £100. I spent £340 on test before I was allowed to enter Nigeria. Before I was allowed to enter Nigeria back. I was not allowed to leave the UK, and if you do that test, you must be in Nigeria within 24 hours, or the test is useless.
Wow.
The people that made that thing happen, now them be your God. Because the people that defeated it sat in their house, they did not travel, they did not move. And some of them died. Because often I took 3 different vaccines. See, my head no correct from the one. I don't know, say we go collect, and why am I doing? I collected AstraZeneca, I collected Pfizer, I collected Moderna. The 3 now I collect. Nothing do me. Me where I don't know, say, now where the plan they be this. I know where they go, so I don't just disturb myself. Me and my wife, we collected. My children all collected. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, those people behind, how many of them they pray? How many of them they pray? And at them go control what your children go take. So you go to pray. Your only prayer be say, make the vaccine work for your body. Because whether you like it or not, you go collect them. So those are the things that we need to put into pass. There's nothing wrong with prayer. There's nothing wrong with gathering the brethren. Even we in Free Nation, we they gather. You understand? But I will never, maybe that's why our gathering no they big. Maybe I should start telling people that if you don't gather, you go to hellfire. Because I will never tell you that if you miss it, we go to hellfire.
Do you get? It's the fear. I feel like it's late.
That's what traumatized me. That's religious trauma.
That's manipulation.
No.
Manipulation so much.
You understand?
So much.
It's good for you to. It's good for you to have. It's good for you to have a church that teaches you what the gospel of Christ really was. And you will not get that in a Nigerian church. What they teach you is all this spiritism that has no backing in reality. They can never heal somebody that has withered hand or withered leg. They can never raise somebody we don't buy. Now, so change AS to SS. Mumu paper miracle, now they go they do up and down.
There's even something okay, I don't want to mention the name of this thing. I don't know if they have members here, but this is no disrespect. So maybe I'll be talking about it. You may get the name later. I don't know. So there were this new set of people. They are missionaries. They came to talk to me like they wanted to share the good news of Jesus, right? And I was like, okay, me, I'm always like open-minded. Let me hear what you have to say, because I'm like, okay. So as we were talking, the person now said something according to the book of. Now that book, if I say the word, maybe you will get the book of Mammon. Madam. Yes. When did you, according to the book of, I just looked and I said, what? He said, yeah, according to the book of woman. I said, what book is that? I've heard that word before, but I didn't think it was a movement.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about those Mormons. I prefer Mormon. I don't agree with their doctrine. Mormons are 100 times better than any Nigerian church. Because that same thing that the Mormons are telling you, it is what they will tell you in that place where they bring fire down. Is those, the Mormon was their Jew. And they believed he brought a message from God.
They said he saw God. I was like,
is it, did your own pastor in Nigeria not drink tea with God? No. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. We sit down. You see, I learned this thing in sociology. One day, we're learning about a certain tribe. They said they worship snakes. So they brought the guy, and the guy said, one of the people from that tribe, and he was teaching us about the tribe, and he said, the reason why we worship snakes in my tribe is there was a time there was war, and they were chasing his people, and his people got to a river, and there was a very big snake, and the snake just lay across the river, and all of them ran across the snake to the other side, and as soon as they crossed to the other side, the snake entered the water, so the enemies could not cross and come and meet them. Now one person say, Fabu. Now the man say, but you believe that Moses parted the Red Sea and people crossed the water, the dry ground. I brought my own religion. You say it sounds stupid. How intelligent does Moses holding a rod to the water that was not recorded in any historical book, not in the Mesopotamian texts, not in the Egyptian texts, not in the Ethiopian, none of the texts of that area has any, the only evidence of the Exodus is in the Bible. And with what I have seen inside that Bible, I worry. So what they do is they try to make their own version look more wonderful, more, because what's the difference? One, snake, people snake lie across the water, their ancestors cross. The other one, Moses opened the water, the ancestors cross. One is Israelite ancestor story. The other one is this. It not happened to your ancestors. Your Africans did not cross any river. You are not Israelites.
Moses was never African. You know, there are some things you would think of, like your brain will go far. Then I'll not tell myself, this thing you are thinking about, can you defend it? Then I'll come back down. Do you understand? Because there are some stories I've heard, and I'm like, God, am I wrong to question what I've just heard? Because when the person told me he saw God, then I now started thinking about my own, about the Holy Bible, the stories in there. Because when we were trying to compare, they were telling the stories that happened. They gave illustrations of how people don't treat the poor well. And I'm like, generally in life, people don't treat the poor well unless they are, people are, what's the word? Superficial in nature. That was my response, right? But when he told me that the man, James Smith, Tabi Joseph Smith, saw God, he saw God and Jesus, I weak.
As in Nigerian Geo drank tea with God. He and his wife were drinking tea, and then God drank a cup from their tea. Baba, if you can believe that thing, forget Mormon. Mormon makes sense. Mormon makes sense. I don't agree with them, but you see, let me tell you, let me tell you something, let me tell you something about the Church of Mormon. They are the only church, if you know how many of their students, they Taste Buds Academy. If you know how many of
Okay.
the how much charity they do, charity where they don't care who they are doing it for, they
They
just do the
give free
charity.
food.
They are
They
one of the
give
most
free food.
charitable. And you see, at the end of the day, unless there's two Bible, if it's the one that me I read, the criteria for making heaven is taking care of the poor and the needy.
Poor. Yeah.
Matthew 25:31 to 41. It does not say even believe in God. Christ said, when I come, I gather all ethnic groups. In Greek, it is pantata ethne, and I will judge them according to their deeds. Finish. Anybody that's saying you must be born again, be ye born again, now part of how they go take use your head. The Bible does not say you have to be born again to make heaven, and it does not say you have to be born again to have money. Two of the things that are most important in this life, heaven and money. Born again, no follow. Born again is good, so you live a new life, you turn a new leaf, and you are not a sinner. But at the end of the day, what's going to matter is how you took care of the least of your brother and sister. Finish. And in Luke chapter 10, verse 25, Christ was asked, he said, what does it take to make heaven? And he gave the Good Samaritan proverb. And the Good Samaritan proverb says the religious man passed, the Levite passed, the one who helped him was a despised Samaritan. If that is not message enough, any other thing they are selling is a religious brand.
Mm. Yeah. I'm just happy that we have brain and we reason because it gets where your brain go reach. You would just say, I don't have anything to back up. Because I was just thinking that if somebody could claim that they saw this and they have large followers, that means another person must have claimed a lot of things that we believed in and we
See,
have
let me tell you
no
something.
idea.
Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, it is their belief system. One guy that I follow, one of my most respected scholars, Dan McClellan, he's Mormon. That's his belief system. He's Mormon. He disagrees with them. He agrees with them. You see, for me, eh, whatever it is they believe in, as long as I see that genuine charitable heart
Yeah.
that has no boundaries, I respect them. The average Nigerian pastor will not help you if you're not in their church. Those people are wicked.
True.
They
This
will
one
not
is
help
true.
you. They will not help you. Nigerian pastors are content creators. Let's leave everything.
Well, I know that there are genuine ones, so
I
I'm
have
not going
not
to
met one.
generalize. Eh?
Maybe I will meet one when I grow up. Nigerian pastors? Well, okay, who is the genuine one? Mention one genuine one.
Wait, Daddy, please don't put me on the spot.
Mention one
I don't
genuine
know.
one.
Wait, all I'm saying, I just remember one when I was a kid back then. There was this guy that came to my mom when we were much little, and the guy came to my mom and was like, he was hungry and needed transport fare to go to where he was going to. Then we stayed in Surulere. Then my mom was like, she doesn't have any money on her, as at when she was talking to him that time. And truly, there are those days when things can be difficult, right? So she now told him that, but my pastor is around. The man was in the office as at the time they were talking, that he should go to him. That we just finished service not quite long. He should go to him and talk to him. Maybe the pastor will arrange something for him. The guy went inside though, came out. So my mom was like, "Did you see him?" Said yes. Said, "Okay, has he given you what? He has given you something?" And the man said no. He just laid hand on him and prayed for him and told him to go. Now, my mom, when she came back into the house, she was crying. I'm, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay. She was crying. I was like, what's the problem? That was when she now told me that if she had money, like she would have given him something so that he would just go. She didn't have any money. That he went to go and see the pastor. The pastor just laid hand on me. That she was asking, what will laying hands do to this person or do for this person? Is it going to solve his transportation? And she said, it's not like as if maybe me in my own brain, I was like, maybe he didn't have, but she was like, we just finished service and we paid offering, right? Is it that he could not take little from there to give to him to take back as transportation to wherever he was going? I will never forget that day because it made my mom feel really, really bad. And she was like, why don't I have money today? That kind of behavior. But then I was just thinking about it. Was prayer supposed to take him, like, drive him to his destination? You know, there are things that you will reason as a child, like, you'll be like, Omo, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Then when you now become an adult, you now realize that at the end of the day, you're on your own. You know. Although
now that we are talking about church, there's this particular passage in the Bible I wanted to ask you
Go ahead.
about. Deuteronomy 14, verse 23 to 27.
I can quote it for you off my head.
It talks about tithes.
It says you eat if you start from verse 22, it says every year bring a tenth of your tithes.
Yes.
And from 23, it says you must eat that tithe in the place the Lord your God has chosen.
Yes.
Someone said Samadeyemi, Tony Rapu, Nathaniel Bassi. I agree with Samadeyemi. The remaining two, I don't agree. Nathaniel Bassi, as far as I'm concerned, is part of the problem.
We are meant to eat it. We are meant to even...
Obviously.
That's what are we supposed to eat the tithe?
The tithe, absolutely. It's there in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 22 to 28. And if you read verse 28, it says every year, every third year, every third year, which is the year of the tithe, is only in the third year that you share the tithe between the Levite, the foreigners, the widows, and the orphans.
Wow. Okay.
Pastor Bolaji, who is my very good friend, I like him very much. We disagree doctrinally, but I think he's a great person. He's my very good friend. I love him as a person, but doctrine, I don't agree. Who cut off like that? Offering.
That's enough. Yeah. I think her network was not good because it was rolling several times.
Oh, okay.
Before she went off.
So your mom would have gone to the pastor to collect back her offering to give to the boy now.
She agreed then. She agreed our parents. All right, we have Dr. Hello, you sent a request by mistake?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to join. I wanted to say
all right, go ahead.
I'm looking your live.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Let's hear you, my darling.
Yeah, I'm so happy for this topic today, honestly. I think I agree with you, Dr.
Call me anything you like, my darling sister. Yes. I'm everything.
Daddy Freeze. It's not long I came back from work, so my mind is still at work. Okay. So
are you a nurse?
I agree with you, but there's one point I want to make.
Go ahead.
The church is not our problem because we're not supposed to go to church for the pastors. We're supposed to go to church to worship God. This is the problem our people have. We go to church to worship the pastors, to worship the priests.
Now, let me ask you a question. Let's start with the go to church. Show me a Bible verse that says we should go to church.
Okay. Well, I can't give you a Bible verse
because it does not exist.
But you rightly said
there's no Bible verse.
Fellowship with our brethren.
It doesn't say church. The Bible says do not neglect it. It doesn't say let's start with let's break this phrase down. What you are quoting is Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25. It says, and J-Lo, can you pull it up for me? Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25.
1 minute.
Because this is still part of the problem. I want you to pull up that verse.
To take a while. Probably I'll need to put on my laptop.
Okay. It says, do not neglect the gathering of the brethren. Now, it does not say if you neglect it, you will go to hellfire. It does not say if you neglect it, God will not love you. It just is advice. The Bible says, thou shalt not kill. That is a law. Laws are different from advice. Because the Bible says, when you kill, there's a punishment. The law of Moses said, he who buys, they must buy him. There is no punishment for neglecting. It is advised. It is a good thing. But the moment you start thinking it is important,
Yes. And that's the
then you are going to have a problem.
That is the same thing I am saying. But you know, fellowshipping together.
Pastor Itwai Godalo is also a good guy.
Yeah, fellowshipping with each other. Fellowshipping strengthens us in every area of our life. Both physically, psychologically,
Now,
emotionally.
I want to ask you, how has
Yes.
going to church strengthened you psychologically? Most of the people that are broken that I know were broken by church. It is a fallacy.
Going to church, you know, some pastors or priests.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. I haven't been to any church apart from Free Nation in the last 10 years. Tell me what you have that I don't have. Then
I pray in tongues. I pray in tongues. I speak in tongues.
Now, let me tell you, I can guarantee you. Hold on.
Yes.
Those two things you raised. One, I don't believe you can speak in tongues. I don't believe you can speak in tongues. I believe that is the fallacy of the church. You open your mouth and blah, 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 blah. The Bible is very clear. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 26 and 27 says, any tongue you speak in. No need, my darling. If you come back, any tongue that you speak in and there is no interpreter is a false tongue.
Exactly. You got that right.
Okay, so I want you to speak in tongues now. Hold on. I want you to speak in tongues now. We have enough Christians. There are 340 songs.
I cannot speak in tongues anyhow. I have to be in the presence of the Holy Spirit in the gathering of His people. If I am in the charismatic renewal ministry and I receive that power, I will speak in tongues and somebody will interpret it. Somebody will say what I am saying. But if I am by myself, I pray in tongues. Praying in tongues doesn't need any interpretation. And they are two
Who told you
different
praying in
things.
tongues does not need any interpretation?
No, praying in tongues, you are
What are you
communicating
leaning
directly
on?
with God. But speaking in tongues needs an interpreter.
Are you Catholic?
Yes, I'm a Catholic, but I'm
Catholics
a
don't speak in
renewal member.
tongues. Catholics don't speak in tongues.
Oh no, charismatic renewal members, we speak in tongues.
Where did people get that tongues from? When your original, what is it called, does not speak in tongues?
No, we do Life in the Spirit seminar in charismatic renewal.
Religion.
And at the end of the Life in the Spirit seminar.
Okay, so let's circle back to me and you. Let's circle back to me and you. With the tongues you speak, what makes you better than me or this lady that does not speak in tongues?
No, it doesn't make me.
So what is now the advantage? Because, for instance, now if you tell me, if she says, Daddy Freeze, come to Canada, I say, why? Well, in 5 years I'm going to get a Canadian passport, and that passport is going to take you around the world visa free. Canadian healthcare is better than Nigerian healthcare. You're also going to be able to get a loan. You're also going to be able to do this. You're going to be do this. She can give me advantages of Canada. Me, I can now tell you that, okay, Nigeria too has this, Nigeria too has this, Nigeria too has this. You have not given me one advantage.
Okay.
You are just telling us what it does for you that we disagree with.
Okay. My faith makes me better than somebody that doesn't have that faith.
I totally disagree.
I'm a nurse.
So are you a better nurse than Samaria?
I would say that. Yes, I would say that. Because there are certain things that
Okay, let me ask you a question. What state are you in?
I'm in New Jersey.
Very good. Can you show me an award that says you are the best nurse in New Jersey?
Yeah, I have it.
In the whole of New Jersey?
Not in New Jersey, no. Not in New Jersey. Not in New Jersey. Daddy Freeze, there are certain times that you feel like you want to give up. But you can go to one corner and you pray to God.
It happens to
You
all
can,
of us.
But that is faith. I think you
and
are
that is
combining
what builds
faith.
our faith.
But he's talking about speaking in tongues.
Yes.
So you are making the tongues the faith. We all have faith. So he's trying to make you probably differentiate your faith, live faith, and talk about the advantages of speaking in tongues, opening tongues. That's what DF is trying to say. According to my own understanding.
That is the gift. That is the gift that I got. And that is what makes me different from somebody that doesn't go to church.
Okay, now you talked about interpretation of the tongues, right?
Yes.
So you said probably in your church or probably in your gathering, you people do interpretation of speaking in tongues. But most of the churches that I've been to, it's just speaking in tongues. I've not seen where they interpret, the speaking in tongues. And I think that is where me too I have concern, because even in the Bible, when you speak in tongues, there must be someone who will interpret the tongues and say it to someone for we to understand what you're saying. So, but if you're just speaking in tongues without any form of interpretation, it means that the tongue is not from the Holy Spirit.
Thank you.
So that is why DF is trying to say, okay, what makes you praying in tongues? What is the advantages it gives more than someone else who doesn't pray? But when you're answering, I think you're now interchanging it with faith. So if you can leave faith out of it and talk about
speaking in tongues
speaking in tongues
is not a criteria for making heaven.
No, it is not.
Even praying is not a criteria for making heaven. Even praying.
No, it is not.
Neither is going to church. So if the end game is heaven, I want to understand. Yes, I know there's genuine tongues. I've never seen it before in my life. Because the tongues in the Bible are other languages. People can be delulu and go up and down about it. We know it's other languages. When you hear Raboshi, baby, Rakabuga is not tongues. It's people's imagination.
When I was in Nigeria, before I left Nigeria, I used to attend Shrem. Shrem in Obanikoro. I used to attend Shrem in Obanikoro. I did the first Life in the Spirit seminar in Shrem Obanikoro.
That's Okonko's church, right?
Yes. But when I came over here, I went back to the Catholic Church and I found their charismatic renewal ministry, which is just like the Pentecostal church. So I have seen both sides. But if I always believe that,
you see, everything you have said,
yeah,
you have, if you ask as a career, nursing or business admin, anybody in the US or the UK or Canada can tell you the advantages of nursing, how easy it is to get jobs, blah, 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 blah. I want you to understand the word advantage. You are just sharing your experience that is subjective. It's not an objective experience. It's not something I can test. If I'm a nurse and I sit down with a nurse from Canada, a nurse from the UK, and a nurse from America, the three of them can tell me, the UK is better here, or America is better here, and now we make a decision. And if I follow through, I will replicate what they've done. You are just giving us a subjective experience. Your personal subjective experience. And me, I am telling you that I have my own experience. I don't speak in tongues. I used to speak in tongues when I was in the Pentecostal church. Until one day I woke up and I realized how stupid I was.
Oh, that means you are in a denial stage. That is what is happening.
I wasn't in any denial state. I woke up in realization. Now let me tell you something here. The first case of tongues in the Pentecostal church was spoken by Agnes Osman. in Charles Fox Parham and William Seymour's Bethel Bible Church in 1900-1901. That's the first. And Agnes Osman spoke Chinese and wrote Chinese letters. It was not Robobo, Rababa, Shegere, Hambagaraba. It was not. It was Chinese. I studied the history of Pentecostalism, the Azusa Street revivals, the the effect of the Negro man in the birth of Pentecostalism, the squabbles between Fox Parham, who was white, and Seymour, who was black. I studied it, and the first time I gave a lecture on it, a professor from Harvard came to look for me. It is on my YouTube. You can go and Google it. So when you tell me you speak in tongues and the tongue is not a known language, I am bothered, because that's not tongues. The original tongues in the Pentecostal church started with Agnes Osman. You can Google her. In Charles Fox Parham and William Seymour's church. And it was Chinese she spoke.
Daddy Freeze, you forgot what happened? You forgot what happened when I forgot which country those people are from. The people that were trying to build, were they Israelites or Egyptians? They were trying to build to the sky, build the wall of Jericho.
Now, the Tower of Babel. My biggest problem with the Tower of Babel is it is a figment of imagination. It is legendary embellishment. They said they built a tower and they got to heaven. Burj Khalifa is 2 miles tall and it has not entered heaven. Mount Everest is 27,000 feet tall. People have climbed Mount Everest to the top and they did not enter heaven. You want to tell me that primitive people that did not have toilets inside their house built a tower and went to heaven? Or we're going to go to heaven, so take God begin panic, he changed, he caused confusion, make all of them forget their languages.
Questions are they ask,
please. That is a story that was told. It's a legend like Shango and Ogun. It is unrealistic. Mount Everest was not discovered until less than 200 years ago. There was a mountain that was, you know what 27,000 feet is? Some aeroplanes cannot get to 27,000 feet. Aeroplanes cruise at 27,000 feet is their cruising altitude. Sometimes you are going from Lagos to Abuja and the pilot will announce that we are cruising at 27,000 feet. The highest, the cruising ceiling of a 737, cruising ceiling means the highest it can go. Operational ceiling, that's what it's called. Let me Google it for you. Operational ceiling 737. 41,000 feet. Most of them don't even cruise at 41,000. They probably cruise at 38,000 feet. You can imagine what 27,000 feet is. So, okay, so that's 737. Now, you have planes that fly at 80,000 feet. People have gone into space and did not get to heaven. You now to tell me that primitive people that did not have toilet, they built a tower. That's what the story that we're told when they did not have what to tell us to explain the things they wanted to explain. They just used a story. There is no reality in that Tower of Babel story, except they wanted to use it to explain to us how languages were born.
Exactly, and that's why I brought it up.
But it never happened, so don't let it bother you.
So it never happened. I feel like this thing you've thought about it from like how heaven, like I will think, then I'll be like, hey, you're doing too much, calm down.
See,
like this thing you are thinking is not going to help you, calm down.
Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space. He went into space, he did not get to heaven. Neil Armstrong, they say they went to the moon. They went to the moon, they did not reach heaven. Then people 4,000 years ago, waiting they used to build the tower. How? The tallest building in the world is Burj Khalifa. Before Burj Khalifa, no other building has ever existed that is as tall as Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa, you see the top inside the cloud, and they did not get to heaven. Do you know the technology that they used to build it? You want to tell me that 4,000 years ago they had that technology? 4,000 years ago, people used to.
So what about Noah's Ark? What about Noah's Ark?
That's the biggest.
This is what DF
See,
has been talking
Noah's
about
Ark.
every time now. Noah's Ark is.
Noah's Ark was gotten from the Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh is a story about a flood and is a similar story to Noah. Me personally, I don't believe that there was a flood. See, you need to understand that the more I studied scripture, the more I started to understand the metaphors. If Christ said during the time of Noah, it's like Christ quoting Animal Farm. Does not mean horses speak. You see, if you look at the book, first of all, how did he gather this? Okay, maybe we use the power of God to gather all the animals. What about animals from Australia? How did the platypuses, the kangaroos, the wallabies, the Tasmanian devils?
What about the ones in Africa?
You understand? So let me ask you a question here. So God wanted to save Noah and he sent a boat and a flood. What happened to us in Africa? God didn't care about us. We're all bad. Because we did not warn us about the flood, but he remembered to warn only Noah
and his people.
So what happened to the whole of Africa? Our ancestors, all of them were wiped away by the flood. Maybe they deceived themselves.
Probably at that time, Africa wasn't in existence.
Africa was existing before anywhere else in the world was existing.
Egypt you are talking about.
Egypt was in Africa.
Is Egypt not Africa, madam?
So Noah woke up one day, and then that flood there, it be like Lekki flood, where people for Surulere go say, when I get flood, the flood where go dey Lekki, everybody go dey swim. Surulere people don't know about that. So me, I've thought exclusively. I'm not saying. You see, I'm not saying there's no merit in the story, but I'm bothered. If I don't believe this, then I don't believe in God. This is human beings' interpretation of God. If you see what it took to get the canon, do you know, I say this all the time, do you know that there is no fallen angel in the Bible? That story of how Satan fought with God and was kicked out of heaven, it does not exist in the Bible.
How did you know that?
Which Bible? Sorry.
Show me the Bible verse. Show me. You are talking to somebody who has read. Let me tell you, I've read the Masoretic text.
I just quoted Deuteronomy 14 and then just read it for me. I think you have studied so much that it is really influencing every part of your life.
Absolutely. That is why I have a brain.
To
study, to ask questions. There is nowhere. Hold on. You read it in the Bible that Satan rebelled against God. Where? It does not exist. It was cooked up.
Okay.
It was the Greco-Roman influence. There's nowhere. Show me a Bible verse. The only place that is close is the book of Enoch. I've forgotten that devil that had a story that is similar to. Okay, why was the book of Enoch removed? Because the creation story in the book of Enoch is different from the creation story in the book of Genesis. So the book of Enoch was removed. Meanwhile, among the Dead Sea Scrolls, there were more copies of the book of Enoch than almost any other book. So the book of Enoch was part of the canon, but because the narrative of the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher, the book of Maccabees, they were all removed. The book of Sirach, the book of Bel and the Dragon. I've read all these books before. They were all removed from the canon. Many of them are in the Ethiopian Bible. I have a copy. One girl gave me a copy of the Ethiopian Bible. I have it. They're all there. So when I ask you that, okay, Satan rebelled against God. Please, what verse? At least if you have something in Christianity, not beside, but let me tell you, there's nothing you will see in Muslim religion that they will not bring out of either the Quran or the Hadith. So when you ask Christians, they say, okay, this thing that you're talking about, Shebi Bible is our book. Show me in the Bible does not exist. They will quote Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. Is Revelation not supposed to be the end times after they've rung the bell? Meanwhile, Revelation is not even the end time. It's talking about the life and times of Emperor Nero. There's fallen angel in the Bible. Please take me there. I beg you in God's name. Where are the fallen angels?
My brain is so saturated today. When I come to your life again, we are going to have
no problem, my darling sister. I'm looking forward to it.
Discussion about this. Okay, but before I leave, because I have to go to sleep. Before I leave, I just want to encourage people to go to church. Daddy Freeze, think about Nigeria. Okay. If there were no churches in Nigeria, with all the things happening in Nigeria today,
no be church that they go to buy people.
That is our problem.
It is our problem. It's not the solution.
Without going to church and without prayers in Nigeria, Nigeria would have been like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
What happened to? Hold on. Yes. What happened to Amsterdam, where Igbo and prostitution are legal? They have not turned to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Amsterdam is fine. What about the state where she is now? Where Agege and the rest are?
Abi, the state where you are, should be Sodom and Gomorrah, no be Agege. Nine, they stay inside.
Now, what are you saying?
No, Madam, I understand your sentiments.
The place you are right now, with the place you are, are there churches like the way they are?
What about Dubai that they don't have church?
We still have Nigeria.
It is Nigerian church that is saving New Jersey.
How saturated the church in Nigeria compared to where you are?
Listen, with all our church, Sodom and Gomorrah is better than us. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you.
You see,
can I give you some facts? Can I give you some facts?
Listen, this 7 a.m. prayer they do every morning, or the ones that go to pray in Zion, or all the online prayers they do.
You are talking now about the content creators.
Church. I'm talking about church.
No. Those are content creators.
Oh, no, Daddy.
Oh, they are. They are the highest paid content creators, actually.
No, they are not. They are not. Listening to all the testimonies that...
Okay, so after we listen to all these testimonies, Nigeria is second only to Jamaica when it comes to paternity fraud.
That is a different thing. Let me tell you.
No. So after all the messages, you see, you have to give me some advantage. The Netherlands, they don't go to church and their prisons are empty. We go to church and our prisons are full. I want you to give me an advantage. The Japanese people don't go to church. The Chinese people don't go to church. China owns Nigeria right now. So are you trying to tell me that Nigeria is better than China?
No. Do you know why those people are different? Because of their finances.
So why should we not chase finance and we are going to church? My sister that put hand on her head, she's not understanding your argument at all.
Listen, our finances are into the rich. We have the rich and we have the poor. You know, all these countries you're talking about, we have the middle class. We have the rich, we have the middle class, we have the poor. But in Nigeria, we only have the rich and the poor. That is the problem.
Okay, so the church, so you have not still told me the advantage of the church inside all this.
The advantage of the church is that people go to church, they pray to God, they listen to the word of God, and they act on it.
And what's the evidence? I want to tell me, mention one thing that we have that the Chinese people don't have.
What do we have that they don't have?
We have churches.
Hold on, I want her to tell me what they don't have.
Not even that. No,
Tell me what they have and the Japanese don't have. I can tell you what Japanese have and we don't have. Toyota.
We have our culture. We have our culture.
What does that have to do
So
with
what does
church?
culture got to do with the finance you are talking about?
No. We have our culture. No, the finance that I talked about is what made them different from us. Because as I said, they have
No,
three.
I'm doing work here. What do you think about us doing? Or can he come in first thing in the morning? Are you serious?
Somebody is saying
Madam, for me, instead of you to say
after I'm like this, I'll not wake up till like 11.
I'm not against the
Anyway,
church.
he
I
live in
still go to
Abuja
church if I
8:45,
want
Abi.
to. It's not that I totally but the mindset
I have not
of
been able to.
going
My
to
head has not
church
been correct.
should be
We'll talk.
different now.
We will talk.
Even if you must go
But
to
at the
church,
end of the day, it is
you
good.
should go with your
We've done
full
what we are
self.
supposed to have done.
Especially
Because
if
of you people, I
if
stalled
it's
that other part that I
Nigerian
told you
church.
about.
That's number one. Number two,
You understand?
instead of you saying people
But
should go to
still,
church, tell them, let them even try to study the word. Let them even know so that people don't come and put things in your head and say this is what the Bible says. I think we should encourage one-on-one with God than thinking going to church will solve our personal or problem, community problem.
Okay.
So
anyway,
knowing God personally is better than you saying we should
all right,
go
my
to
darling.
church.
God bless you.
I
Regards to
think one of the reasons why Nigerians were in poor state is because the time the youth and the people are supposed to go to invent, to read, to create, they spend too much time going to church without achieving anything, or without achieving much, or with achieving less. When other people are going tech, other people are going to innovation, other people are going to, we are basically just going to church to pray for money tonight without using. That's why we have lots of poverty in that country. Can I add something? Even the way my perception about church changed, especially when I came here. You know these prayer houses. I don't know who is from Akwa here. All these prayer houses that they will take people to when they are sick, right? Instead of you to go to the hospital, they will take you to prayer house to go and pray for you. I have a very traumatic experience with that prayer house because from there, I lost my dad, right? But when I got here and they were talking about, because I worked in a care home, and I heard things like Parkinson's syndrome. Now, we knew when the doctor diagnosed my dad, they said he had Parkinson's syndrome then, but you know, pastors were telling Momsy that, it's an attack. You understand that kind of stuff? It's a spiritual attack. That this man has a long life ahead of him. They just want to cut it short. He needs to be prayed for, blah, blah, blah. The man, was going from time to time. He would go to hospital, but he's not going as frequent as he would go to, the prayer house. Then eventually he died. I was here when everything happened. It broke my heart. He died. Sorry, my love. Sorry. He died. Now, when I now started working in a care home, and they were playing videos of people, sick people, because they will, try to sensitize you, prepare you for the job, right? So they will play videos so that you see that this is what you're getting into. And I was actually working with people that had the same condition that my dad had before I left. And they were able to manage it properly. They were able to manage it. They lived for years, medication. I can't remember one day. I mean, even if they went to church, like there was a chapel there, it was just every Sunday, and it was just like maybe 30 minutes and they are done, right? They don't really stress them. But we'll care for these people, give them medication, ensure that these people are okay, and they will manage themselves till, the Lord calls them or till they go. See, till now, anytime I think about the experience she had to go through, it's traumatizing. It breaks my heart every time. Somebody wrote TP. Yeah, see, I don't even want to go there. Like, a lot of things have happened, and I've seen it that, you see, there is this high level of brainwashing that we've been subjected to in Nigeria. And it only takes a person that, even those people that go, let's say maybe you change your environment or you start to see things differently. That is the only time, things will look different. I'm always traumatized. Anytime somebody just tell me, it's like as if I should date the person. Like, stop saying that thing. Have you gone to the doctor? Have they run tests on the person? Have they tried to find out what the problem really is before you go and say spiritual attack? You know? So many things go on through my mind. I know that, yes, there are spiritual things that happen, no doubt, and we pray to God to help us to see, as in to save us from things that we don't see, because things like that happen. I mean, I don't want to, strike out that part totally. But you see, the high level of ignorance when it comes to, you know, your body, when it comes to sickness, and how religion has brainwashed people deeply, especially our parents. It's deep. I don't even know if they will recover from it. It's so deep.
DF thinks every time. DF thinks every time about what parents has done to us, and the role they have played in this religious thing. So it's something that individual need to work on, to be honest. And madam, I will encourage you to come to that freeze life all the time, so that you get to know more about stuff. So some people are telling me education, education, education. Listen, I have a doctorate. I have a DMP, Doctor of Nursing Practice. I have a DMP here. Okay? I am educated. And it will not stop me from believing in what I believe in. And it will not stop me from
We are
saying
not, nobody is quarreling with you over your beliefs. We are only pleading with you.
Dr. Freeze, you see what they are writing there? I see.
Ignore them. Me, I'm just telling you, until you are able to prove to us that there is an advantage to your beliefs, I can tell you for free that there is an advantage to your DMP. The fact that you have a doctorate in nursing is an advantage. The fact that you are in America is an advantage. The fact that you are a nurse to start with is an advantage. Until you can start to point out the advantages of your beliefs, they remain nothing but a subjective experience that is limited to you. I don't have your beliefs. I don't share your beliefs. And I don't see myself as disadvantaged. Neither do I see these two other ladies as disadvantaged. I believe in God. I pray to God every day. I love God, but I believe the Nigerian church is a fraud. In my humble opinion, it is my belief. And I have seen it. I believe your father would have had a better experience if there was no church in his life.
He enjoyed his life.
Not your father. I'm talking about the lady above here's father. Pop my money gun if you are listening to me and you're enjoying my life. Oh yeah, make I even collect 2 money gun. Now all I want. I don't try for una now. I could just gather una. Eh? I don't even forget to sell myself.
I have to go. Let me go and sleep.
Go and buy money gun. You want to sleep? Which sleep? The sleep you've been sleeping.
When I come back,
Let me know that there's an advantage to you coming on my life today. Go and buy money gun.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, my lovely sister. Lovely chatting with you. I enjoy the conversation. Good night and stay blessed.
Bye-bye.
Bye, my sister. She's such a sweet lady. I liked her. She's a sweet lady. We didn't agree with her, but she was just so sweet and cute about it. You understand? Come. Make una come buy my money gun. Nothing even nice. As in, I had 2,000 people watching me on TikTok. Earlier today, 1,100 people. No, now it's like 200. Now it's still a lot. There are more people on TikTok than on YouTube. And they're no good. They could just at least make one person. Yeah, make one person go buy private jet or sports car. Yeah. Make I even see people hand. Oluwa.he. God will bless this guy. God will bless this guy. He always tries his best. Oluwa.he. Thank you so much. Oluwa.he. He has sent me 3 money guns. Yeah. Two more money guns. 2 more money guns. Make I end the live.
God bless you.
God bless you, brother.
To propel him to do more.
Mbok, I like my sister. I need to be seeing you more often. I enjoy you. I enjoy this conversation tonight, even though na relationship conversation.
Yeah, I enjoyed
You
it too.
understand? I
Thank you.
enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
J Lo, you know I cannot thank you. You are my sister. I'm very,
Yes, of
very
course.
proud of you, and I absolutely enjoy you. Oluwa
Thank you,
he,
sir.
aka Jega. Thank you so much. Hey, okay, two more money guns, and I know I've signed out. I've tried. Two more money guns.
Please, let me follow you.
In fact, let me
Please,
follow you
this.
too. Let me follow
Oh,
you
God
too.
bless you. Wait, let me. I'm. God, you don't even know how to operate computer. Sorry.
Let me follow you.
What's your name? Let me screenshot. What? Your name is not. No, just what you would do. Just look up. There's an arrow beside the live, the pink live. There's an arrow. Click on it. Okay. You will see the three of us on the live. Oh, yeah. My own is JLo. JLo. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I followed. Thank you. Thank you for following me back. Thank you. Yeah, love you. Yes,
Come,
I'm
I don't
also
know your
MC
hand though. I
Brand.
cannot.
Eh?
Okay, I've seen you. Follow back.
Seen you. Thank you, Daddy Freeze.
Thank you, Is that your husband with beard? No, that's AY. Where you
Oh
see
yeah,
AY?
I'm also an MC.
Oh, nice. Are
He
you
came to
taller than
Texas
AY in
too.
real life?
Oh yeah, I'm taller than him.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Oh, that's tall. Oh. I'm barely taller than you. I'm 6'1". How old are
What?
you?
I'm 36.
How many kids?
3, and they are all awake.
And
They
how many
sleeping
husbands?
by One.
These days, three
Daddy
children.
Freeze,
Some people
come and
get
say
three
hello.
children, three different husbands.
Yeah. They will just throw you off balance. Stop my deal. say hello to Daddy Freeze.
Hello, cuties. Oh, what's her
So
name?
cute.
She's so cute.
Her name is Olachi.
Oh, okay, married Igbo man.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Olachi, how are you?
Olachi, God bless you.
She's talking. Yeah, can you come and say hello?
Hello, gorgeous. How are you doing?
They are so smart. Yes, these guys, they keep me up so late. You guys need to go and sleep. Tomorrow is school. What? Thank you so much. Let me make them go and sleep. Thank you, Daddy Freeze, for following me. Thank you. Night.
Thank
I'll
you.
definitely come on live again. And take care. Say bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh.
Thank you. Good night.
Yes, let's go and sleep.
Oh, yeah. Good night, my darling.
Odaro.
Odaro.